Imagine a celebrity, beaming, convinced they found a priceless artifact on Antiques road trip, only for it to completely flop at auction. We're diving into the most jaw-dropping disasters from Celebrity Antiques road trip, where priceless became penniless and expectations crashed harder than a dropped vase. Get ready for the shocking revelations you won't believe. Ever been so confident about something? You were sure of a win, only to watch it completely fall apart in front of you. If so, you'll relate to the hilarious and totally unexpected chaos that unfolded on a recent episode of Celebrity Antiques Road Trip. It's a classic story of friendly competition, big expectations, and a whole lot of laughs when things don't quite go as planned. The episode brought together two familiar faces from the world of television: Christine McInnes, a former Miss Liverpool, and Coulson Smith, the beloved actor from Coronation Street. These two weren't strangers. They'd already faced off in the competition. Show the games, so you knew their rivalry was still simmering beneath the surface. From the very beginning, the playful jabs were flying. Christine, with a twinkle in her eye, confidently warned Coulson that her blacking skills are unreal. That kind of bold talk sets the stage for something exciting, doesn't it? You can practically feel the energy building as they set off on their antique hunting adventure. Their mission, like all contestants on the show, was to scour the beautiful towns of Cheshire for hidden treasures. But they weren't alone. They had some serious backup in the form of show experts Arida Marriott and auctioneer Heidi Jago. We all know that hunting for antiques isn't just about finding something old. It's about finding something with value, something that will excite a potential buyer, and most importantly, something that will turn a profit. It's a real challenge, and it takes a good eye and a little bit of luck. As they went their separate ways, the tension was rising. Christine's first find was a fascinating 17th century leather jug. She didn't just buy it. She put those unreeling skills to work, successfully negotiating the price down from £75 to £65. It's that moment of a smart purchase that gives you a little thrill, right? Meanwhile, Coulson was on his own journey, carefully selecting his items. When the two reunited, it was time for a friendly check-in, and the results were a little shocking. Coulson had spent £230 on his 5 items, which seemed like a solid, well-thought-out amount. But Christine, always one to make a splash, had spent a full 100 more than him. That's a huge difference. Her spending spree included a spectacular piece from the Roman era that had survived over 2,000 years. An item that old has to be a big moneymaker. Right. The stage was set. The stakes were high. The rivals were ready. Now all that was left was the auction in Wakefield. The auction where all bets are off. The auction room is a place of excitement and unpredictable outcomes. It's where all the hard work, good intentions, and expert advice either pay off or well don't. The first item on the chopping block was Coulson's antique rotary knife device, which he had purchased for £55. But a sudden and hilarious setback immediately threw a wrench in his plans. The team had forgotten to mention a crucial detail in the auction description, that it was a knife sharpener. The room fell silent as Coulson, mortified, threw up his hands and admitted, "Well, it's all gone wrong. We've all been there." That moment when a simple oversight completely changes the game. When the item sold for the exact same price he bought it for, £55, Coulson couldn't help but turn to the crowd and let out a funny, exasperated cry. "You're all tight in here, aren't you? It's a good job. We've got the internet." It was a classic, relatable moment of frustration, mixed with humor. He had a point. Sometimes it feels like the room isn't seeing the value you do. Then came Christine's turn. Her stunning Art Deco bowl, which had cost her a cool $120, was up next. The energy in the room shifted. Would she have the same bad luck? The auctioneer's gavel fell, and the final price was an impressive $190. Relief washed over Christine, and Coulson, who was still reeling from his own results, looked on in disbelief. "What's going on?" he asked, a mixture of disbelief and good-natured jealousy in his voice. The two began to playfully egg each other on, the competition reaching a fever pitch. As Coulson's Antiques continued to struggle, Irita Marriott, with a smile, had to offer a comforting, "Don't cry, it's okay." It just goes to show you that even when you're on a reality TV show, the emotions are real, and the sting of a loss can be just as sharp as the thrill of a win. The final tally, and a surprising lesson. When all the items had been sold and the dust had settled, the final results were revealed. The outcome was a total knockout. Coulson, despite all his